So I'm gonna be testing out my crochet GoPro case on a bike ride today. You can tell we got two straps. So this one that's in my hand is the one that goes around your neck, and the one that's below goes around your body. So it's gonna be sitting right here in the middle of my body as I'm biking. I've been making this crochet GoPro case because in the winter, your GoPro dies because it's too cold. In the summer, it dies because it's a black box and it's taking up all the heat. The cycling chest mount is just kind of bulky and you can only really use it for like one purpose. And putting it on the mount of your, I have a mount underneath my GPS for my bike, which is great for the GoPro, but that takes a couple minutes to put on. And then you have your helmet mount, which is also really cool, but that's really bulky for when you put in your pocket when you're done with the bike ride. And I've just been needing a case for my GoPro because I've dropped it a few times and I'm petrified of it falling apart. Finally, wind. Wind is a problem when you're biking and you're getting videos, or just in general when you're outside. I'm outside a lot of the time. So I'm hoping that this crochet GoPro case that I made can solve like 65 to 70% of my issues. That's the goal. I have these straps to be adjustable. So there are some clips right here so you can take them on and off. These are just some really cheap jewelry clips that I got at Michael's a really long time ago. If I was to standardize this like project that I've made, I'd probably use some nicer clips. Anyways, we're gonna test this out on a bike ride today and you're gonna come with me. So this is what it looks like when it's fully on. I have this tail here for days in the winter where I'm wearing like a really big jacket and I need to extend the size of this. So I'm just gonna like tuck it in right here. Same with this. This is just like if I'm wearing a big puffy jacket and I wanna have like extend the length of this neck part. This is the outfit of the day. Let's go biking. So I actually just took this whole thing off. Like, wait, I gotta take the GoPro out of the case. Let me just do that 1 second. Oh my God, you see how easy that was? It just slipped right off. So, fuck, my battery's dying. Oh, no, it's just my SD card saying I have, sorry, I'm just looking at my SD card right now. It says I have like half of it left. Okay, I digress. That is what the GoPro, that is what the bike ride just looked like with this GoPro case that I made. So I'll share a little bit of information about like what I did to make this case, like how I designed it and everything. I'm gonna link a YouTube video up in the corner, one of these corners, with the tutorial that I watched. I just changed a few things from this tutorial. So here is my GoPro case lying on the ground. So the tutorial basically just makes the entire case this little window for the GoPro. I added at the bottom this hole right here. So this is for, that is for like the base of the GoPro. So you know how you're always like screwing like these little teeth at the bottom of the GoPro into the mount? I added that there, that way I can have that case on in case I wanted to use a tripod or my helmet mount, that kind of stuff. That way this case isn't just for wearing around your neck and on your body. I can wear it in the winter, the summer, I can put it on my helmet mount, which in the winter it'll be like below freezing here in Baltimore sometimes, so it'll just keep my GoPro warm. I also, so in that video, she made a strap and she just crocheted the entire strap on. I wanted it to be removable for when I'm wearing the GoPro and this case on my helmet. So I have a little like hook right here, a little clasp. Now this is just like a very cheap little thing I had lying around in my craft my craft chest is what I call it. I would use like a much fancier and industrial one in replacement, and probably one that is large enough. So like I'd probably use one that's kind of like an S, where it has clips on both sides. That way you wouldn't have to add these little like rings to the GoPro. If I could just have one clasp that was S shaped and would just clip onto the yarn itself, I would do that. But I didn't have that. So that's why I have this, and I have these on the side. The other difference was I did one extra row at the top from what the woman did in the video, where I decreased the chains on each row. That way it would be slightly curved inwards at the top, so my GoPro like wouldn't have any potential to jump out of it. I thought about making a full enclosure top for it, but one that would cover up the button, which was like the start record button, and also that'd probably just be annoying. So I just added one extra row that was slightly smaller, so I could still slide the GoPro in, but it would feel more secure while in it. And the last thing is the material that I use for this project. So this is a teal color, and it's maroon. Not maroon, oh my god. So this is a teal color yarn, and it is made out of wool. I'm pretty sure this is 100% wool. It's kind of a scratchy material, so this part that goes around my neck, it's kind of scratchy on my neck. It's just what I had lying around. That's literally it. Honestly, now that I'm reflecting on this, I definitely did have a green cord that I could have used, like kind of like a industrial cord that you would use for camping. I think that would be a better alternative than wool, but I forgot that I had that, and I just had this wool sitting around, so that's why I use this for this case. So I guess that's the only two things I would change, is one, getting the fancier clasp for hooking it on, and two, instead of using wool yarn, use some kind of industrial cord-like material, or cotton, but I think the cord would be better because it's just more durable. And when you have a GoPro, you're probably gonna drop this thing around and stuff like that. So let's just go do a couple of laps around the park. I'm actually gonna show you how I put this on really fast. So this part actually fits around my helmet. I'm sorry, I have a really bad angle for you guys right now. Let me redo that. Okay, so this neck part fits around my entire helmet, which is like super handy because I do a lot of biking. So that goes around my helmet, and then I can just take this strap and clasp it on. That's so much easier than what that's so much easier than what the GoPro chest mount is for biking. One of the downsides of using the wool material is all these like little hairs that are popping out right here. So I'm always afraid it's gonna get in the view of the camera. Again, that's why I would use some paracord instead of wool. So let's put this back in. Easy. So I don't know if this GoPro case that I made is actually going to be beneficial towards the wind. So one thing about biking with a GoPro on is that you're always fighting the wind, and there's like these wind muffs that you can buy for your camera, but they're kind of bulky, and I don't really know what they're made of and why they exactly work. But my logic was wool is kind of like a giant fluff ball, which is what those wind mics look like. So maybe the wool right here would be totally fine. I didn't feel like looking for my GoPro chest mount earlier to be able to test compare the view and the sound quality. So if you want me to do that, to make a video where I test the view and the sound quality compared to the GoPro chest mount and this chest mount, let me know, and I can see about making that happen.
called Lake Montebello here in Baltimore. It's a nice park. If you go around the whole lap, it's 1.25 miles. So if you want to do a century ride, 100 miles, you got to do about 75 laps around this thing, which I am definitely going to do one day, but I had plans to do that a while ago and they didn't pan out exactly. Also, the shifting issues that you're hearing in this video, I am well aware of them and I need to fix it. Basically, I took this bike across the United States on a cross-country bike tour. And shortly after I came back from that bike tour, my bike kind of started falling apart. I just finally re-cabled everything. So all of the brake housing, the braking cables, shift housing and cables all got replaced. But my chain is like 5 chain lengths too long, and I just haven't had the chance yet to change it out. So there's no point in me adjusting the indexing of my bike when I know the chain is like 5 chain lengths too long and probably has like 2,000 miles on it or something. So don't come at me for my shifting. I'm losing my job, so I'm gonna take care of it when I get to it. Alrighty, so that was about 1.25 miles biking with the GoPro case on. I'm done with this video, I think. I don't know if there's anything else for me to really test out and share for you guys with this GoPro case. If you want one, DM me on Instagram at livingbybike. I'm not particularly good at setting up an online shop for my website. I just hate it. It's just really fucking annoying. So if you want something, just DM me and we can make it happen. And I'm hoping to like maybe get like 1 or 2 colors of paracord. So all you gotta do is like tell me which GoPro you have and what color you want, and I'll just mail it out to you or something. Unless you live in the area, then we can like schedule a meetup. But yeah, that's that. Either make your own GoPro case, given what I told you in this video, or buy one from me. And just remember that a lot of things in this world are made from slaves. So if you can make more of the things that you need, you're already making the world a better place. Whew. Oh, fuck. I might have just gotten a bee sting. Fuck. Whew. Shit. I just took my GoPro out of my case to hold it down by my chest to get a wind noise comparison. My GoPro definitely doesn't feel like as crazy hot as I think it would have been without the case on. But I think a bee just stung me. Anyways, let's do a voice comparison just for a little bit. So that's where my case would be normally. I'm just gonna hold it with my hand right here and talk to the camera for a minute so you can hear how bad or not bad the sound quality is without the case on. Oh man, I don't really have a lot to say right now to like help test out the sound quality. So I guess we'll just say that this part of Lake Montebello, which is where I'm biking right now, was under construction for like a year. So you couldn't bike a full circle for a while. You could only bike like 2/3 of it in a C shape back and forth. So it's really awesome that it's finally finished. Or I guess they're still doing work to the left right there, but then it's mostly finished. Alrighty, I'm officially done now. I'm gonna go finish up my bike ride. If you want to watch a little bit of it, you're more than welcome to. If not, like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if you want one, or if you just want to see more biking and crochet and fighting the system content. I forgot to mention this earlier, but the little rings that I used to connect the clasp onto the cord, those rings can move very easily. You just gotta bend them a little bit. So if I thought this chest mount was too low, I could easily put it up here if I just move the ring a little bit. So it's very customizable where you want it to rest, high or low, while you're biking or doing whatever the heck it is with the chest mount on. One thing about Baltimore is we do have a lot of streams, and unfortunately a lot of them got covered up. I want to say for car development, like roads, but you have to fact check me on that, but a lot of our streams have been covered.